Hey, hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. Hey, today I want to talk about what your annual word is. Now, you know, every year that, I don't know, for the last probably 5 to 10 years, I've been coming up with a word of the year. And I don't know who I originally heard it from and this idea, but basically, I think about it towards the end of the year. I start thinking about, okay, what's my word of the year going to be for the following year? And I start mid December, probably start thinking about it, start praying about it, just start dwelling on different words. And when I first start thinking about it, a lot of words kind of come up. But after time, I kind of whittle it down to maybe three words, and then one becomes a clear pick. So this year, though, I have not picked a word of the year. I totally forgot it. I mean, I took off December and January from doing podcasts, and really I stepped away from doing a lot of different work in the business. And I guess I just overlooked the fact of picking a word for the year. Well, I recently heard John Gordon. He is a best-selling author and leadership coach, a big-time leadership coach, a big guru. He coaches sports teams and sports teams coaches, and he's awesome. Well, anyway, when he was talking, the first one of the things he said is when he has a client, one of the first things that he tasks the client with is to pick a word for the year. And he said that when you pick a word, this word gives you meaning and mission. He said it gives you passion and purpose, and it allows you to focus on what you do and how he talked about how you can really grow from your word. And as I think back of the words that I had over the years, it's true. Providing you think about the word every day. And that's the key. If you pick a word for the year, you have to think about that word. And this word should be something that you want to achieve this year. Maybe something you're going through, maybe something that you're struggling with, maybe something that you're really focused on. Try to pick a word that kind of resonates there, that ties everything together. And, so after listening to John, it made me think. And I initially thought up about 10 different words popped in my mind, but I never pick one right off the bat. So I prayed about it the next morning and I kind of dwelled on it a little bit and I prayed about it. And one word clearly came to the top after a few days. And that word is transition. Now, I'm kind of going through a transition in my business because I've switched. I think I've mentioned in earlier podcasts, instead of just a leadership coach now, I'm classifying myself more of a leadership life coach. So I still love leadership. I still want to train leaders and coach leaders, but I also want to take it one step further. And if you go back and listen to the Welcome to Season 9 or Welcome Back title, it's Season 9, Episode 1, I kind of talk about the leadership that I really want to start diving into and the leaders that I want to help be great. I don't want you just to be a great leader. I want you to be a great person all round. I want you to be well respected. I want you to really live a significant life. I want you to make a difference and influence a lot of people in a positive way. So I'm transitioning from just a pure leadership coach to that leadership life coach. And that is a transition. It's kind of selecting. I'm trying to niche it down as fine tuned as I can get it. And I'm really niching it down to specifically transitioning military leaders. I know what it's like to transition out of the military, and I want to help them transition so they find their perfect job. I don't want them transitioning out of the military and a year after the fact or 6 months, 3 months after the fact, realizing that, man, I made a mistake. And that's what happened to me because I rushed it, because I didn't take my time. I didn't really work on my identity and my strengths and my purpose. And once I did that, it became very clear that I was supposed to be a coach. Now, I also teach for Webster University. I teach online classes for them and in seat classes when they become available. But I love teaching leadership and management, organizational behavior, training and development. I love teaching, and I don't think I'll ever give up teaching. And I also love teaching, corporations, businesses, small businesses. I go in and work with their teams, and I'll never get away from that because I work a lot with a disc. I work a lot with, being self-aware and uncovering your identity and your strengths and your communication style and your leadership style. And I help teams be better leaders. But I really want to start focusing on transitioning military leaders. And realistically, any type of transitioning leader, if you're going through some kind of transition, whether it's, switching jobs or maybe switching roles at your job, every little change you make in your leadership, it really matters to really think about, okay, how is this going to alter my identity? Your identity is how you see yourself. So by taking on a new role, is it going to impact that? Your purpose in life should really never change. I mean, you can alter it here and there, but man, I know my purpose. My purpose is to help people be the best version of themselves that they can be. And I focus on leadership. I focus on helping people be the absolute best leader that they can be, not for themselves, but for all their people and their teams and everybody they lead. And that includes when they're not working at home. I want them to be the best dad or husband or wife, man, because I love working with that. And again, transitioning is the big thing. So transition kind of just wraps all that together. And I'm really excited about it. I don't think I've been this excited about a word in several years. And this word just really seems to pop for me. So, I just want to ask you, what about you? Take some time, think about your vision and your goals and, your mission, your passion, your purpose. What word jumps out at you? What word comes to mind? And I want to encourage you not to jump into this too fast. Think of a word, think of several words, make a list of maybe 10 words, and then just meditate on them. Think about them, think it out. How do they make you better? How do they give you more meaning and mission? How do they drive your passion and purpose? How do they allow you to focus on what you do? And how do they help you grow? And as you start asking yourself these questions, and me, I'm a Christian, I pray. So I believe that God gave us, specific natural talents and gifts, not for us, but so we can share it with others. And that's what I love bringing out of leaders. I'm going to use my faith to try to get out the best in you, your natural gifts. Because you don't have to believe what I believe to coach with me or to work with me, because that's no problem. I don't let it get in the way, and I don't shy away from my faith, but I don't really beat people over the head, if you will, to accept it, because accepting Christ like I have is a personal thing. That's between you and your God, but this whole transition, again, accepting Christ and or whatever religion you're in, that's a transition. So I love this word, and I would really encourage you to think of a word, dwell on it for a while, meditate on it, pray about it if you need to, but come up with a word and then write it down. And every morning when you get up, look at that word and try to figure out where exactly are you applying that word. How's it making you grow? Hey, that's it for today. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.